What is up, guys? Logan here again with another video today. Now I'm super excited to talk about this new company as there's a lot of stuff going on in the electric vehicle sector. We did the nickel rock video last, and I'm super grateful for another opportunity to spotlight another company. I hope you guys have been staying well with all the crazy volatility the market has had lately. I know today was a red day for me as it was for most people. I'm super excited for another video as today we're going to talk about the stock Canada Silver Cobalt Works. Ticker is CCW, and then you can also find the ticker CCWOF. So a recent news release on them is Canada Silver Cobalt Works acquires 39,200 hectares of EV properties in Ontario and Quebec, right? So the electric vehicle story could be the hottest narrative of the year. Automakers seem to be gearing up to roll out several new models, such as now available Ford Mustang Mach-E, which my dad's been talking about, Lucid Air, we have the Rivian RIT and RIS, the Audi e-tron, the Mercedes-Benz, the GMC Hammer, the Nissan Ariya, and the Tesla Cybertruck is rolling out this year, and I'm super excited for that too. So a new report by Cairn Energy Research Advisors, a research firm focused on the battery and EV sectors, believes this EV story could continue seeing momentum in 2021 as vehicles worldwide continue pushing new programs to encourage consumers to buy powered vehicles. Cairn estimates that EV global sales in 2021 could advance approximately 36% and top roughly 3 million cars for the first time ever. Exciting, sure, but there could be a significant supply issue, right? So that's the one thing. Many of you already know we're running short on lithium and graphite supply, and we touched on that in the nickel rock video, right? The lithium in the space. Could also be running short of cobalt and silver. This is a big deal. Cobalt's a hard gray metal used in chemical production and is one of the critical elements needed to make the EV power source. And we've been talking about this in the EV space, right? I'm heavily invested in Tesla. Their shares are down as other automakers are making vehicles as well, electric vehicles in that space. So I think it's something to keep an eye on to see. So if we look here, Visual Capitalist reports that silver is a critical material in the automotive sector and that the sector uses over approximately 55 million ounces of the metal annually. Unfortunately for the automotive industry, the silver market appears to be perennial in deficit with demand outstripping supply by roughly millions of ounces, as 401k rollover claims. Canada Silver Cobalt Works claims that its Beaver mine produced approximately 7.1 million ounces of silver and 139 pounds of cobalt. That's a lot of cobalt now, and a lot of silver. That's crazy. I don't even know if I could visualize 7.1 million ounces of silver. I don't think I could. In February 2021, the company reported high-grade silver assays from sonic drilling at the historic Beaver mine. Okay, and then we can take a look at their technicals down here. If we take a look, after finding double bottom support dating back to August 2019, the stock appears to have advanced from about 25 cents to a high of approximately 77 cents. If the stock can now break above triple top resistance, it could potentially move further, and that's something we've seen here. We've seen it here, and right around back here when we had the pull back way back in March, right? So that's something to take into consideration. 200-day moving average, we got the 50, we're kind of hanging out. We're going to see if we can hold these levels and pop back up. So who is Canada Silver Cobalt Works? It's a unique and rapidly growing silver cobalt focused company. It's an exploration, development, technology, and environmental leader in the prolific Northern Ontario Silver Cobalt District. It says right here, Canada Silver Cobalt Works wants to be a miner, processor, and supplier of a highly sought-after premium and ethically sourced silver, cobalt, and other battery-grade material for the North American electric vehicle market, which we already touched on in that nickel rock video, right? That this EV market has a potential of just exploding. The historic Castle mine site is believed to have operated at various times between 1917 and 1989. Look at how much silver that produced. 9.5 million ounces and oh my gosh, 376 pounds of cobalt. So we can take a look at it. This is the Beaver mine. This is in Ottawa, Quebec. There's Ontario, as you guys can see. We got a little Michigan action down here, of course. So this is where the Violet mine, Castle mine, and Beaver mine are, which is really exciting to see. Continued success of intersecting high-grade silver mineralization in the areas gives us a better understanding of the developing geological model. Numerous other silver cobalt mineralized veins were also interested in the wedge hole. Canada Silver Cobalt Works president Matt Hollidan said. Let's check this out.
I have the pleasure to welcome two guests here today. So, hello, Frank, and hello, Matthew.
Well, hi, Florian. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, good to have you here, gentlemen. So for investors new to the story, or for some people who got in touch with Canada Cobalt Silver Works, but maybe lost touch, or can you summarize what you are doing, why are you doing it, and what's your business model?
Well, what we're really doing here, Florian, we're doing multiple things at the same time. The reason we're doing this is trying to getting permits here. We don't want to first, develop a resource and then wait for 2 to 3 years to get our permits. Mm-hmm. So, in conjunction to our drill program, we're also going for permits for the underground at Castle. Those who have been following us, we had great success finding high-grade silver and cobalt at the Castle mine. So that's going through a permitting process. We bought the equipment to already extract a bulk sample, so that's ongoing. We also have 2 high-grade tailings deposits, which we're going to drill and develop a resource. And we're also working on our Retox. Retox, for those who have been following us, we did produce what we call cobalt sulfate battery grade for Somito specs. So now what we're doing with those Retox, we're actually having a pilot plant built by SGS. And then following that pilot plant being built and at their labs, we're going to build one on site to produce larger quantities of cobalt sulfate, nickel sulfate. And now we find from Samsung that silver is a critical element in the EV market. So we kind of have all the metals that are really required to actually, address the EV market. It's about 7.2 million ounces at 252 ounces a ton. More than likely the highest grade, silver grade underground that probably anybody has ever seen in the world. So we're still.
I think the market noticed that. I remember like 70 kilos per ton silver on which intersect, which strike length.
Well, it's an area called the Robinson Zone. So actually, we have what we call a dream team, which Matthew's part of the dream team, and he'll explain that a little more. He has a lot of exciting things going on there, which again have never been done in the camp. So basically, we're still just an exploration company, but a little more advanced. We're doing multiple things at the same time, and the whole purpose of this is hopefully, we call it real time. When our resources, further quantified, we'll have our permits to be able to mine and process. And you are aware we bought this facility called Temisting Testing Labs. We're getting that upgraded. And historically, that facility used to pour all the silver for the mines in the area.
If you want to make a purchase on this stock, that is totally up to you. As you do your own financial research, you take your own financial risk, and you should always consult a professional. Of course, everything I stated in this video is just my opinion, but I'm super grateful for this opportunity to review another EV company, and I love this market. You guys know I love this space. I love watching NEO. I love Plug Power. Tesla is something that I think is really cool and I admire. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure you leave a like on this video, leave a comment below, and always subscribe, and go check out Canada Silver Cobalt Works, ticker CCW. So that's going to be everything for me. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.